Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to some more Skyopolis Evolved. Today we're going to be working through our basic machine category here, basic power. So we'll be getting into EnderIO, getting the Stirling generator up, and then our sag mill, the first power, then the first machine that we need to power, which gives us some more resources, particularly these ones, which gives us some nice infrastructure in the form of like energy conduits, item pipes through the binder as well, pulsating alloy, and I guess these guys are in there as well. They used to be called, I forget what they used to be called, but now that's apparently called an attractor. But these basically pull things and push things through the pipe network of the item pipes, or liquid pipes, or what have you. Alright, so to get started in this chapter, there's a couple of different starting points here. So blocks of redstone. So I made one from the redstone I had in my chest from the witches. And then I also made a block by melting up some of the pieces that we got in the through sifting the ore mulches. So it takes 18 pieces of redstone ore to make one block of redstone. Next step is to put the block of redstone on the ground and use the transformation wand to get the grains of infinity. It figures that would break after the first one. But there we go. Now we got some grains of infinity. I think that should be enough to get us through the episode, but we'll need to make more later. Obviously, at some point we'll be automating getting some of these resources a little bit better rather than doing it all by hand. So the other starting point is over here. So getting the gear mold, which is just basically a wooden gear and then surrounded by with the 4 black bricks, and then the wooden gear itself is just 4 sticks. So this is super simple. There, and then we're going to need to make the machine frame, we're going to need 1 iron gear and 1 gold gear for each of them. And we need 3 for this chapter, so we're going to need to make 3 of each of those, and each of these gears takes 360. So that's 45. So each piece is 45. So that's 8 pieces for each gear. So we're going to need 24 pieces of each. So let's get that started while we do the other things in conjunction or at the same time so that we can get through this fairly quickly. $24 of those. And our iron is really hurting. We need to... just want to check to make sure I don't have a stack of iron sitting somewhere that I can't see. Because I can be so blind like that sometimes. Gear mold. I guess the other thing, I should automate some of this output too, right? Yep. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that should take care of that stuff, and then we need dark steel is the next thing that we needed over here. So dark steel is an alloy of coal, iron, and obsidian. So this is the most complicated thing that we'll be doing right yet. So each 90 millibuckets of molten dark steel gets us an ingot. And to make that, we need molten iron, coal, and obsidian. So it's 2 pieces of iron, 4 pieces of coal, and 1 molten obsidian. The obsidian is kind of the tricky part here. So let's grab ourselves 3. So of course we've got to make the mulch. So in our mixer it's all empty, so I'm going to start putting in the water. So 3 buckets of water in there. Make 3 those, and so this first mixing process to get us the molten obsidian, and it as soon as it finishes mixing in here, it automatically pushes over to the solidifier, and our obsidian ends up here. So let's take this block out and I'll just demonstrate what we have to do, because we'll need this fluid mover that we made back in the casting chapter. So when we've got the bucket, there's the molten obsidian here, we just use the fluid mover there. We can bring it over back to here and put it in there, and then with melted iron and copper pieces, or iron and coal pieces over there, that will mix together and make the dark steel. Which I did off camera so that we've got a bunch of it ready to go for this episode. And speaking of, we've got our 8 pieces of obsidian now. We can go clean up the last quest in that portals chapter by making our void portal. I'm not going to place it down and go jump in it just yet, but that's the place where we can go and fight things if we really want to. Alright, we should have all of our gears ready to go over here now, so we can start making our machine frames. So we need the dark steel changed into the nuggets. And the machine frames. Oh, and we're going to need some of this redstone that I had left myself to do the crafting with for the episode. So just like that, and we'll get our machine frames going and made. And then the first thing we want to get on top of is a resource generator. Because I don't want to have to stand over there and do a whole bunch of the vein mining at my cobble generator. It's good. It's not bad. It's not horrible by any by any means of the imagination, but it's not great either, right? So if we put an inventory on top of the resource generator and a resource inside the generator, then this should generate and push to the inventory automatically. So that's a big no. Okay. No problem. Let's just reorganize this. Will it go down to the bottom? I just don't want to get stuck on one stack at a time is my only thing. So that's a no again. But with this setup here, all we have to do is do that there. Get ourselves another hopper. And now we've got it filling up a chest. So now we've got some stone automated so that we've got that coming in automatically now. Great. All right, moving forward, a Stirling generator is the first machine that we're going to make. So I'm going to need some stone bricks, a furnace, a couple more iron gears, more iron here. So I have some things that I haven't gotten prepared just yet. So give me a minute or two and we'll get all of those together to get our Stirling generator. All right, we are back. It's, yeah, there was a lot of preparation that went into getting the rest of the things ready for the episode. So let's just jump back on into it and see if we can't get through it fairly quickly. The preparation took quite a while just to get here, but I think we're good to go here at this point. There will be a little bit of waiting around while we prepare a couple of more things, but we should be fine from here. Speaking of which, I'm gonna grab 16 pieces of that. Just take out the ingot mold and we're gonna melt these down into molten coal, and we'll see why later. All right, so to get our Stirling generator, we needed some gold, the machine frame, a piston, and 2 iron gears. So we've got iron gears, we've got gold, copper, iron ingots. I've got more of that. I need to keep going on the ore mulch. So we just need so much of this, and it's the iron requirement because iron seems to be a bit lower of a chance to get on there. Like, look at all this other stuff that I've got, and my iron is way behind. So need to keep going on the ore mulch as much as possible and running them strictly through the bronze meshes and not bothering with the tin meshes at this point. If I needed it faster, I'd make the other two, but I'm just keeping the tin ones in there for now. Might need them later, not 100% sure, but we'll see when we get there. At any rate, we should be good to go for the Stirling generator. We're just going to need 2 of these bad boys. And the piston. Oh, and a furnace. And did I keep my charcoal on me? No, I did not. We'll just set this up over here for now. So we're going to need a capacitor for this to work. And in here it tells us about the capacitor, allows EnderIO machines to work. So gold nuggets, a copper ingot, and 2 grains of infinity. We're going to need 2 because we're making 2 EnderIO machines today. So put that in there. It will work. So if I put that in there, then power will start coming in over here. And don't ask me what this unit of power is. I think it's just equivalent to RF. And then we can also configure the sides to do what we want. So we can actually input coal from one of the sides if we want, and then have the power come out another side. But that is that. So let's look at the binder conduit next, because it's right there. We'll work our way from top to bottom. So binder composite is sand, gravel. So we know how to get sand. We take the sandstone pieces, hit it with the transformation wand on the ground, and we'll get 1 sandstone. So make sure that you're doing that to maximize, so you don't have to go back and run more dirt through stone meshes to get more of this stone stuff. Like if you do 4 sandstone rocks to make 1 piece of sandstone, you'll run out really quick. So make sure you use the little transformation wand trick. And then put the sandstone down, hit it with the transformation wand again to get sand. And then gravel is putting cobblestone on the ground and hitting it with the transformation wand. We'll make another. We're going to make lots for now because this is going to make our piping, which is pretty handy to have in there. And then with the conduit binder, it's not really used for anything other than to cook it up in the furnaces to make the binder. Like if we look at here, the only thing to do with it is to smelt it. So we'll just get that going. All right, now we can go on to the sag mill. So sag mill is going to be quite similar. We're going to need another piston, a couple more gold, that other machine frame, and some flint. Oh, is my flint in here? It is, it is. And, oh, I should be good. Should be good. Piston. And we have a sag mill. And we need a capacitor. And this is filling up with energy out of there. It does go very, very slow. So when we get some energy conduits, we can transfer the energy a little bit faster. But as you can see here, it is draining out of there, and this one is filling up. We can see on the tooltip there. So a couple of things that we can do with the sag mill. We can make silicon and we can make glass shards. We need the glass shards to make fluid pipes. And then the silicon we'll need to make redstone alloy ingot. And redstone alloy is used to make the conductive alloy. We need conductive alloy to make energy conduit. So energy conduit is 3 of that conductive alloy with some conduit binder. And then similarly with the fluid pipe, it's glass shards and conduit binder. And then this item pipe we make with pulsating alloy and conduit binder. So the next things we need to look at are getting silicon. So it can be made inside the sag mill from clay or sand. Let's just get 8 of these and get these in and going. I believe I can use a flint for a grinding ball, or is that gone in this version? So this gives us a better chance of bonus output, of which the silicon is a bonus output in there. So we're getting an extra 25% on top of the regular output. Then basically we get clay balls back out of it, so then we can do this, put this, make the clay balls back into clay, put it back into the sag mill, and so on and so forth, right? We don't get exactly back what we put into it. So if we look at the uses in the sag mill, so we get 2. So it takes 4 to make a clay. We get 2 back guaranteed, plus a chance at getting 1 extra. So we'll definitely never get back what we put in, but at least we don't lose everything out of it every time, right? Right, now that we have some silicon, we can melt it into the molten silicon, which we need to make the, oh, I don't have it bookmarked here. To make the redstone alloy ingot. Oh, mixer. So molten silicon plus the redstone gets us the molten redstone alloy, which we need the molten redstone alloy. Oh, wait. No, redstone alloy ingot is used to make the molten conductive, right? Oh, that's molten copper alloy. Ah, okay. I had it wrong in my head. But we do need the molten silicon plus molten copper to make this one. Now, the thing that becomes the trip up in here is that lava is not hot enough to melt silicon. So we need molten coal or molten obsidian to melt it. So that is why we come full circle back to over here, where I now have 640 millibuckets of molten coal in there. So it's going to be really hard to get a full bucket's worth, but I think I can get the molten coal in there that way. Now, am I ready to do my molten silicon, or can I just... You know what, I'm going to do a whole stack of this stuff, because that's not very much at all. So we'll just wait on that for now. Keep going down and down and down, but we're getting more silicon as we do. We're good on power. All right, so the molten pulsating alloy is ender plus iron. So one ender pearl gets us the 80 millibuckets, so that's perfect. So 1 ender pearl and 2 pieces of iron to get that. We can do that without having to use the molten coal. I can start putting some of this stuff away that I don't need at the moment. I think I'm done with the gold. Clay will need some more. Redstone I think I'm done with. May as well get some more mud going, because we're probably gonna need more clay. There we go, we got 3.2 buckets in there now. That's better. And we've run out of coolant. Just do that for now. Keep that up and running. forgot. There we go. We got the molten pulsate, or the pulsating alloy ingot. And then to make the item pipe, it needs the nuggets. Needs it in nugget form. So we'll do that. We'll grab our binder. No, I'm not doing 3 recipes just yet. We'll come back to it after. But now we've got some item pipes so that we can do some piping in and out. I made a piece of glass here somewhere. We can get to the fluid pipe. Like so. So that's a bunch of iron. I guess I got the iron now, right? So we can make that. And, oh yes. So now we're down into this tricky molten silicon stuff. So let's tackle that. Oh, we don't have carry-on in this mod. Okay. That makes it annoying because in our hotbar we can't tell which fuel tank is which. So if you're not paying attention to it properly, you'll get it mixed up on which one has the lava and coal. I think we can see it in our inventory, but not on the hotbar. All right, so let's figure out. So 250 silicon. Oh, so just one piece of silicon. Okay. That's fine. Plus how much redstone? 90. Which is 2 pieces of redstone. Okay. Two of those and one of those. This gives us, molten coal gives us a fuel temperature of 1,200, as we saw before. And let's pass the night before we get attacked by the stupid fallen knights. And then we need copper, right, for the next one? Oh, it's copper alloy. So it's 2 pieces of iron, 2 pieces of redstone, and a molten copper alloy, which is 1 silicon and 2 copper. One, 2 of those, and redstone. Was it redstone? Yes. And all of that makes us 1 ingot. And to get the energy conduits, we're going to need 3 ingots. So we're going to have to triple that recipe. that all done? And that's sitting there waiting for an ingot mold. Right. So we'll just do that. We'll just use the molten coal. We're getting lots of it anyways, so it's not a huge deal, I don't think. There. How much iron did we get out of... Because I ran out of lava. Nothing I love more than running out of my thing. Now I forgot that we're going to push, yeah, that molten copper alloy, which we made it into ingot form, but that's fine. We can just put it back in here and remelt it, and then it will mix with the iron and the redstone. Oh, that screwed everything up. It made more redstone alloy. Am I only going to end up with 2 of these because I got one of those? Yes. I've got the copper and the iron. I need to do one of those to mix with the... Yeah, so this is the one thing with this mod as well, is you can screw up your alloys very, very easily. Especially because the, like, especially if we need to make a double alloy, like this recipe here, where we had the redstone plus the silicon, which made the redstone alloy ingot. So over here we'll end up with this... No, the copper alloy got melted, so... Or got solidified, so... The redstone, iron, and then when this melts in there, we'll get our third conductive alloy ingot, finally. I have those 4 ready to go. Make our energy conduit, finally. And then the last thing, just to finish off this area, is we're going to need 2 more iron for there. Two more iron for... Oh, plus a real hopper. So that's 5 more iron. We'll do that in the next episode. Let's wrap this one up here. We'll finish off the rest of this chapter next time because it's going to take a bunch more iron, which I probably have enough in there. But might as well just make it all here now. Got enough to make the wrench, I guess. And yeah, next time we'll come back and we'll make the other ones. Where do I have my lapis? There. So I'm guessing that the wrench is used in conjunction with these attractors and extractors to configure them on whether they're pushing or pulling into or out of pipes or inventories. But I'll have to play with that next time and see exactly how it works. But I think this energy conduit will help the power transfer out of the Stirling generator. Also, we'll be able to put a lot more machines, right? In a row with the energy conduit rather than just being limited to having 6 around one Stirling generator. Well, you wouldn't be able to access the generator itself if you did 6, so I guess 5 is technically the maximum if you wanted to be able to fill it at all. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. A lot less derping around, just waiting for our, ore processing system to work and basically getting iron has been the big bottleneck. So if you're working on this pack, get started on lots and lots of that ore alloy, and obviously the resource generator helps a lot with that. Now that I've got that going, get a lot of cobblestone coming in automatically, so we'll be able to constantly push out that ore mulch. But that wraps it up for this episode. I appreciate you all for checking it out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!